Hello, everyone, and hope you're all having an amazing day or had an amazing day, depending on your current time zone. So, today I'm going to talk a little bit about routine and how the manifestation of TSC really forced us to work with each other in a way that would definitely suppress a lot of the chaos that came along with TSC and just all of the different things that came at us, right? Whether it was seizures, kidney disease, whether it was an infection or meningitis or whatever it was, we were able to finally get to a point where understanding that, hey, this can happen, this is how we should react to it, or this is how we're going to handle it going forward, was really life changing or life altering. I think it's a better way to say it. So welcome to those of you guys that are new to my channel. Welcome back to my seasoned subscribers. My name is Kathy, and on Mondays I do videos all about fashion, accessories, just fun things that I enjoy doing to keep my mind off of the second half of the week videos, which are all about my two girls and their journeys battling two diseases, FSGS and TSC. TSC being Tuberous Sclerosis Complex, or tumors that can grow in any major organ throughout your body, and FSGS being a form of kidney disease that causes damage to the glomeruli, which can lead to kidney disease, kidney failure, kidney transplant, or kidney dialysis, depending on the disease's progression. So if you're interested in either or, please hit the little subscribe button and hit the little bell so you can be notified on all of my latest videos. And please don't forget to hit the like button and comment below. Let me know what you think of today's video. And let's get started. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I am inching ever so close to my 8,000 subscribers. I thank every single one of you guys for your love and support. And you can help me along to get to my 10,000 sub goal by the end of 2025. And again, thank you for subscribing. And let's get started. Woo, woo. So, routine. What can we all say is one thing in our lives that we routinely do, and it's only gotten easier as we've continued to do it, right? So for me, in the morning, I wake up very early. I'm usually up probably between 5:30 and 6 on routine, and I've gotten so used to it, or my body has gotten so used to it, that I no longer see it as a challenge, right? But in the beginning, it was definitely something that my mind just couldn't grasp because it was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. But now my body's so used to it, I am so used to it overall, that I'm able to just get up, not even think twice about it. So something like that is really what I'm trying to get at when I say routine. So for me, waking up early is something that I do every single day because I have to take care of all of our stuff around the house, whatever it may be, whether it's walking the dogs, feeding the dogs, just kind of doing my meditation, my yoga, my exercise, my exercising in the morning, making breakfast for my daughter, and making sure that everything's ready to go, right? Making sure her lunch is ready to go, making sure she's up, she's going, we're getting her out to get her to school. So during that process, right, I thought to myself, okay, so how can I make it that if there was, in case of an emergency, as we say, right, in case of an emergency, break glass kind of deal, I wanted to shift that way of thinking into our lives. Because for Alani, like Amber, obviously she's older, she's gone, she's doing her thing now, so it's not as prevalent, but obviously we had to take in any factors that she typically had most of the emergencies. So if there was an emergency, we had to go. So a lot of times was what I found myself dealing with whenever Amber had an emergency was pure exhaustion. And that's because I didn't have any routine. I was just going, I was getting it done, trying to just figure it out. So I figured, okay, how can I build a routine around our lives so that if she does have an emergency, I'm not exhausted. Excuse me. I'm not exhausted. I'm not caught off guard. I'm not overly overwhelmed. So I figured, okay, let's do a schedule. So what we do, or what we have, is a schedule for everything. Alani has three rounds of medications. So she has 3 typical time frames, or it's set in stone for us, but she has 3 sets of times that she takes her medication. 8 a.m. right before we go to school. 8 a.m. Sorry, 8 a.m. right before we go to school. When she gets back home, 5 o'clock, she takes her everolimus, which is the one that has shrunk her tumor, her SEGA. And then in the evening, she takes the same routine of medications that she takes in the morning, excluding the vitamins that she has to take. So that has built into our schedule. We know that at 8 a.m., 5 p.m., and 9 p.m., she has to take her medication. So this is the routine every single day. She knows this. She knows how to take her medication. And that was one of the factors that we had to bring in, right, into the routine. We cannot not she has to know how to take her medication, right? This is something that we had to build in over the years. It was difficult. It was hard for us to get her there because she was overpouring, she was underpouring, she was, and if you've ever seen one of my other videos, and I'll link it below, where we had to do a total reset because she wasn't taking her medication right. She wasn't taking it, she wasn't taking it properly, and hence back came crawling these seizures. And if you know anything about seizures, is that if you are not routinely taking your medications that have built into your system to suppress those seizures, or if you change your routine or something gets thrown off, more than likely those seizures will come back, and then you'll end up having to battle them back down. And that means that maybe the medication isn't going to be as effective anymore, or if it is, it's going to take you weeks to build that suppression again. So it's really, really important that once you build up that blockage or that blocker from or suppressor from giving you seizures, especially your child or whoever it is, it's really key, or it's really important to maintain that same level of medication in your system throughout the week, throughout the month, whatever, so be it, so that you can pretty much eliminate those seizures from reoccurring. Obviously, everybody's different, right? So your level of seizures might be extremely difficult to manage, where you just cannot suppress them no matter how much medication you take, no matter what you do, that you have to address it surgically. There are different ways to do that, obviously, but there are, if you are able to manage your symptoms with medication, do not skip a day. Stay on that routine, push forward, make sure you take your medications every day. I know it can be a pain, especially when you're a teen or your early 20s, where you want to go out, you want to do this. Take your medication with you. Take it with you. Right? Most medications, especially seizure medications, you don't need any type of refrigeration for it. You know, Alani's medication is all out, room temperature. So take it with you. Don't forget it. Put an alarm on your phone. Make sure that you're taking your medication, because it's so important, especially if you're someone that drives. Please take your medication and don't miss it, because it can be a long process to get you back to where you were a couple of days ago. Okay, so that's one of the things that we built into our routine. Second, every morning she has her routine. Lonnie knows when to wake up. She knows what to do. She knows she has to go to the bathroom. She knows she has to do her whole stuff. So we've built that routine. She knows what to do in the morning. She knows how to do it. She knows what to take care of. She knows that if I'm not around, she knows that she needs to do her own lunch. We have 2 vehicles in the house. That means that if mom has to leave for any reason because of an emergency, dad has to pick up the slack. That means that he will be the one taking care of Lonnie, taking her to school, taking her whatever she needs to do in that presence. Now, vice versa, if Alani has an emergency, dad knows that he has house routine, taking care of the dogs, taking care of the food, taking care of so forth. We have that all in play. So we know if there is an emergency, this is what's going to happen, right? Obviously, we don't have the notes on what to do during the emergency, because every emergency is different. And as you guys know, every emergency can be different, right? Like one night, my oldest daughter, Amber, was, literally pouring blood out of her nose. Did not want to wake me up. But straight in the morning, I knew that, okay, I got to get up and go. Dad needs to take over. So this is how we built in our routine, right? So if there is a scenario where I am out, I'm taking Alani to school, or something happens and there's an emergency, I have to react at that point. Okay, I have to drop off Alani. I'm already in the road. Now I need to get going and go pick up Amber, whatever I need to do. And Dad knows as well. If If Kathy has to go to take care of Amber or to do whatever, I got to take the slack. Okay, I got to wake up early. I got to do this. Now I have to do this. So that's all built into our routine. Doctor visits. It all depends which doctors, right? Because we have doctors that are 45 minutes away, then we have doctors that are 15 minutes away. So that's all routine too. So this is all built into our schedule. And what do I mean by that? I mean, we know that throughout the year, Alani has to go every 3 months to her neurologist. She has to go once a year to her nephrologist. She has to go twice a year to her GI. She has to go 3 times a year to her, to her hematologist, unless they ask for a out of the norm blood work, and then she'd have to go get blood work over here. So this is all built into our year-round schedule. I know that on these days she will have to go do this. So what we tend to do is try to do it whenever there's a break. Obviously, we want to build one of those schedules or two of those schedules, how many other schedules that we can into a break. But most of the time, obviously, she'll have to take either a half day from school or she'll have to take a full day. And then I'll try to do 2 or 3 actual schedules throughout that time. Right? Because obviously, we have to work with the doctors. So what I do at the beginning of the year is I reach out to each of the doctors and I say, hey, how many times does Alani have to see you this year, in case they added an additional day. Sometimes they do. They'll give me the dates. I ask them to please schedule in for all the dates throughout the year. I put them into the schedule, and I know that this is what's going to happen throughout the year. They're built into my Google calendar, and I share that with my husband. So he knows, okay, these are the days that you're going to be scheduled to go to the doctor's appointments with Alani. Medication, when, obviously I know when the refills are. I know which medication is a 3-month supply. I know which medication is a monthly supply, and I have synced up all her medications to be at one. So that way, if there is an instance where we have to go pick up medications, whether it's myself as well, because I do have medication, just obviously I have to get my medication, I have to get my daughter's medication and my husband's, and we sync up all of our medication together. There are occasions where they're off a little, but we have worked to a point where we've synced up all of our medication. So these are all things, small items that we do that has helped us regain our sanity, because we know what's going to happen, as opposed to let's just wing it, figure it out as we go, and it's just a nightmare. And I found that to be really, really difficult when managing our time, not only our time, but our effort and a little bit of everything, right? So I think it's important to understand what's coming versus just trying to figure it out as you go. It's extremely stressful. You don't want to, especially when, I think it's more when you're dealing with the craziness of your life, when you're dealing with the chaos, when you're dealing with the just trying to figure it out. I think that it's really, really important to understand that life can be extremely overwhelming when stuff is always coming at you. When Amber and Alani were just starting off this, or when we were all starting on this TSC trail, or I guess, yeah, this trail, I would say, we really didn't know what we were getting into. We didn't know what we were going to get hit with tomorrow. We didn't know what was going to happen. But I found that in order to find our peace and our relaxation and some type of comfort. I know it's hard to say comfort when you're dealing with 2 girls with TSC. It's not, comfort isn't the right word. Some type of calmness, I think that's a better way to put it, because there's no comfort when it comes to TSC. The only way we were able to find some form of calmness, I think that's a better word, is by at least feeling like we had, even it was a little control, even it was a minute control over our day-to-day, to say, oh, I know what's coming. Even though we might not know what's coming tomorrow, I know what's coming next week. I know her meds are going to be shipped out tomorrow. I know that Alani knows what to do in the morning when it comes to her medication. I know that she's able to get herself up, prepared, ready, go, whatever it is, because it's built into her schedule. It's muscle memory. And that's helped us a lot. She knows where to get her medication. It's put in the same place every single day. She knows where her medication stuff is, her little cup, her little pour, because it's in the same place every single day. And every time she's done, she washes her stuff out and puts it right back where she picked it up. So I think the whole point of this video is to explain to you how building a routine around your chaos can help bring some calmness to your soul and to your life and to your everyday. It's worked tremendously for us. We know that if something happens, whoever it is has to pick up the slack. Right? It's just what it is. You got to pick up the slack. All right, guys, I hope this video finds you not only well, but I hope it gives you some insight into our reality. And yeah, I hope it helps a little. Thank you again for all of the love and support and for all the subs out there. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And please, please don't forget to focus through and evolve. Ciao.